Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, we're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. There's a show being put on by one of the featured players in our game tonight, James Harden. Last season, we saw him go on an absolute scoring rampage. Shaq, is he the best offensive player in the league?
He's in the top three. You know, he has the ability to hit shots from anywhere. He could take it to the rack. He gets guys in foul trouble. But I have yet to see a guy guard him effectively. So, you know, he's in the top.
To another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. So the New York starting five, Porzingis is out there at Noah, and it's Rose, and it's Anthony, and it's Lee in at the shooting guard. And it's Beverly missing.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
On defense, Houston. Lee kicks to Rose. New York moving the ball around. Pass to Porzingis. It's tipped. Shoots, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Beverly.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Porzingis, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Capella, the pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. He dishes it to Capella, and there's the feed to Beasley. Deep. You know what? The Knicks go the other way with it. Right side Rose, pass to Porzingis, the tray, and again it's the Knicks missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And Rose wide open. He shoots, sinks the three-pointer. Rose has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Capella, and the officials call a traveling violation. And so it's New York with it. Outside Rose, and Capella sends it back. They get it back. Lee passes to Porzingis. Outside Rose. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
It's Harden with the drive. When you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreke Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Lee, rebounded by Capella.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Snatched away. A solo fast break. Jumps up, hammers it home to polish off the break.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
You know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract, but it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
Now here's Lee. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Anthony. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Here is Harden.
And guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Capella sends it back. Lee with the steal. Down low. Rose, that's good. Rose has got 5 points so far.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's Beverly. It's Harden with the drive. Capella dishes to Harden. And Beverly gets to Ariza. He feeds it to Beasley. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So for the Rockets, Anderson comes in for Michael Beasley. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joakim Noah. And it's Williams in for Porzingis. Outside Anthony. Pulls up. High post. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
New York leading by 4. Lee passes to O'Quinn. He kicks it to Rose. O'Quinn dishes to Rose. Pass to Beverly. Feeds it to Capella. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Stolen by Beverly. Ariza outside. There's the dish to Beverly. It's Anderson with the drive.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Rockets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line. Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Taken away by Holiday. By himself, rips down the breakaway slam.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was big.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. New York ahead. They're up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me. I think getting to the line a lot more as well. I think, getting to the line and finishing at the basket.
2 huge improvements for him. Ray, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Fellas, the defensive pressure they've been applying has really been paying off. Turnovers and points.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Thomas. Williams is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Holiday in at the 2. It's Harden with the drive. we've played through the first minute here in the second. Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him playoff run. I mean, he vanished one game, but then exploded for 40 next.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed, don't you think, to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped.
And finishes with 4. Boy, you got to love that.
And it's Rose missing.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
It's trailed by 6.
And, you know, that's something for Harden in the conference finals. A dozen turnovers, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs. And, you know, guys, Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
And so New York calls timeout. You know, we were talking about Eric Gordon. He's always had great range, but not always the great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature, starting to value every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
The Rockets making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Williams with the steal. Inside, here's Anthony. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. The Knicks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Rockets trailed by 6. The drive by Gordon. Moniunas kicks to Brewer. And he's good on the 3-ball. Brewer's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Here's Porzingis. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go. Brewer passes to Jones. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw it.
He gets it to go.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Brewer. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
And Moniunas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Anthony. Here's Porzingis. And that one's good. Porzingis has got 6.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Here's Brewer. Outside Jones. The pass to Beasley. Noah with the block. And a fast break now for New York. And it's blocked by Gordon. To the inside. Moniunas dishes to Brewer. Oh, good with the triple. The Knicks leading by 5. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Here for the Rockets.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again. I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor
to just battle for that lottery.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Anderson comes in for Matanunas. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Michael Beasley. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Brewer. Here's Porzingis, and the layup is good. Porzingis has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Knicks.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being...
Beautiful team.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
And no doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw. Courtesy of Kia. James Harden. He's checked in for Gordon. Then for the Knicks, Thomas checked in for Porzingis. And it's Rose in for Justin Holiday.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Right with it. He's picked up by Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harden's shot is off.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Thomas kicks to Anthony. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Here's Ariza. That misses, would have counted had it gone in. And so that brings the first half to a close. Knicks lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What does their contribution mean to this team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA. And when they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game. It makes it a tough team to beat. And I just hope we can keep that up.
It certainly takes some pressures off the starters. Melo, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. An outstanding first quarter for Derrick Rose. He had 9 points and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they forced their way to some easy buckets, aggressively going to the rack, imposing their will. I mean, taking it inside establishes an attitude and toughness that you can't get any other way.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives a team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Here's Beverly. We've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Rockets. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Beasley. And it's Capella in at the 5. Just 5 to shoot. Harden got a piece of it. Lee with the steal. Anthony left side. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's now 11 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3 and B prototype. He will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Rose passes to Porzingis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Man, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
Some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Anthony against Ariza. Anthony dishes to Rose. Out to the wing from about 19 feet. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Beasley.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
New York shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Beverly. Wants to get it to Beasley and does. Here's Capella. Banked in off the glass. Capella's got 4 points in the quarter.
And guys, it's been so good for so long. In the last
the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Rose is out there with Lee. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Lance Thomas. And it's Anthony in at the small forward to take the lead. Here's Harden. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they've put up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
Thomas inside, working on Beasley. 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Lee. Stolen by Beverly. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Beasley outside. Capella kicks to Beasley. Another shot. Capella dishes to Beasley. And that one's good. And it's a 6-point Houston lead.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Thanks again, Doris.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Harden the pass to Beasley. The shot no good, and New York will come the other way. And it's Rose penetrating. Passes it to Porzingis. Beasley with the steal. Lee with the block. They recover it. Here's Harden. Outside Anthony from the baseline. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Count the bucket. 15 points for James Harden.
Well, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes. And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. The full throttle ahead.
And Harden comes to help. New York moving the ball around. Throws, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open. You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Anthony nowhere around. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the left side wing.
The Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
The Rockets making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Noah's checked in. Rockets are known for their offensive prowess, and rightly so, Clark. It's not just the barrage of threes that do teams in. They get to the free throw line.
Well, they've got a group of guys that understand how to create and sell contact. They were second in the league in free throws.
And Lee with the stuff.
Now, that could be a major moment in this game. Mark your clock right now. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
Yeah, but they're still in the driver's seat right now. I'm not sure the comeback is fully off just yet. One more transition bucket, though, and it could be. And make no mistake about it with the Rockets, they know the value of the free throw. As a team, they went 45-8 last season whenever any player on their team took 8 or more free throws in a game.
Stolen by Noah. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And it's the Rockets with the ball. 6-point lead. Lee outside for the 3, and he gets it to go.
And we know the Rockets are a stat-driven team. I mean, the most efficient shots are threes, layups, and free throws. And that is why Houston is so dedicated to getting to the line, taking threes, and trying to get to the rim.
That's good. Capella's got 11 in the second half.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
1:41 in the fourth quarter. Noah wide open. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Rockets leading by 5, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Porzingis passes to Noah.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Harden, it's rebounded by Porzingis.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. Rockets on defense, and here's Rose outside.
You got to look to move the ball inside more. I think the 3 isn't there like it was in the first half, so you got to be able to show some balance in your offense. If the 3's not there, take what the defense gives you. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique. That combination of power and pop.
Take a look at what Harden he's been doing. He has 15 points and some good assists, too, 4 of them.
And he's really put together a nice combination of points at the free throw line, but also getting the assists.
Can you say fundamentals clinic, guys?
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And so he hits both. Lets it fly from 18. And it doesn't even draw iron.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
Really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 5. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, time, a huge factor right now. They've got to get points and then the foul.
Yeah, it has to be quick because every tick is critical.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he does get the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Connects! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Here is Harden. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Out to the right wing. Here's Porzingis.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
Yeah, major mental lapse there. He's got to know they're out of timeouts. Just a total unnecessary technique.
You're right, Jay. He won't live that one down easily. Not his proudest moment. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the double.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on the win, James. And what did it take for the team to make the push necessary to put yourselves in position to win tonight?
Just being aggressive. I told my guys on the court that we had to make a run. It had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. We got some shots to fall, and we came with a victory.
It was a decisive run, James. Thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.